and this is episode 24 of the Lifestyle Entrepreneur Podcast. And my guests today are Cory, Michael Sanchez, and Ira Rosen from Mojo Video Marketing, and they are going to talk about the top 4 videos you must have in your business in order to help you double your business, and they give you great tips and techniques on how to do these videos. Welcome to the Lifestyle Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Kris Gilbertson, and I'm an author, speaker, and a coach to teaching you how to launch your own successful podcast. And the reason I designed this show is to bring you the top lifestyle entrepreneur experts from all over the world for them to share their key strategies that they've used to launch their own businesses and allow them to live life on their own terms. So tune in every Friday for new episodes and come on over and join the Lifestyle Entrepreneur community at www.lifestyleacademy.com. There you're going to receive VIP training from specific guests from the podcast, along with being able to watch all of the interviews. And I'll also be making it really easy for you to implement these strategies that you're hearing by sending you what I like to call the Lifestyle Cliff Notes on the best lessons learned on the podcast. So let's get started. All right, so before we get started with the show, I just want to thank everyone who is subscribing and leaving awesome reviews in iTunes. I'm so excited that people are enjoying these interviews. And I'm excited to announce First Fridays. So what I'm going to be doing the first Friday of every month, we're going to have a raffle for those of you that have subscribed to the podcast and then also left a review. And it'll be a raffle for $25 gift cards from iTunes, Amazon, eBay, all over the place. So all you simply need to do is just subscribe to the podcast in iTunes and then leave us a review, and your name will go in a hat, and we'll announce that the first Friday of every month. All right, and now I want to give a shout out for one of our listeners. This one just came in recently from Frank Angeloni, who says, Kris does a great job in giving back. She understands the importance of acknowledging your community and doing the little things to keep them engaged, from shout outs to giveaways to making them feel like they belong. And she's easily able to communicate her message with anyone who's trying to build an audience that best fits their life. Well, Frank, thank you so much. We just actually did an interview together too, so you can check that out in iTunes with Frank Angeloni's podcast as well, which was an absolute blast. And just make sure to put your review in iTunes to make sure that you get entered in for the First Friday raffles. And I'm so excited to dive into today's interview. You're going to get a ton of great content. And I also wanted to share, if you are looking for a way to launch your own podcast, if you want to get your message out there in a bigger way, you want to tap into the 1 billion podcast subscribers and really learn how to reach a new audience on the go with your content and make it easy for you to create content for your blog or for your website, head over to Amazon and type in my name, Kris Gilbertson, and you'll find my book that I just launched a few weeks ago that hit #1 bestseller on how to launch your own podcast. It's literally a step-by-step podcast blueprint guide to help you be successful at the launch of your podcast. So many people are taking advantage of it and already launching their podcast, which is so exciting. Again, and also if you leave a review over there on Amazon, you get entered in the First Friday raffles here as well. So I want to make it a double whammy to give back to everybody for being loyal listeners and taking action in your business by listening and implementing the strategies you're hearing here. So let's get into today's interview. I'm bringing on together today 2 of my favorite people to talk to you about video and systematizing your business. Their names are Ira Rosen and Cory Michael Sanchez from Mojo Video Marketing. They're absolutely amazing. They're a riot of entertainment, but what's great about them is they actually started their business from an idea written on a napkin at a burger joint in Phoenix, Arizona, and since then they've empowered entrepreneurs all over the world. They're in over 22 countries, in over 70 industries that they help businesses systematize their business. They won 2012 Marketer of the Year, and what's great about what they've been able to do is they really are the global leaders in local marketing, video, and mobile media. So they're really well known for effective strategies and techniques that build a 7-figure business on autopilot, which most of us as entrepreneurs today are looking to do. And they can teach any company, whether you're a veteran or you're a brand newbie in your business. And they've actually been well known for helping entrepreneurs such as Mark Victor Hansen, who's the author of Chicken Soup for the Soul, Les Brown, the #1 motivational speaker in the world, and then Annie Jenkins, known for the Blair Witch Project, and many other well-known business owners, experts, speakers, coaches, authors, you name it, they've helped them. So I'm excited to bring them together here. So welcome, Cory and Ira. How are you both doing today?
Great, great. What a fabulous introduction.
Well, I'm so honored and excited to have you guys here because you really have, you've done amazing things. So I'd love for you guys to share your story. How did you break into the field and become the experts in the mobile media and marketing niche?
Well, actually, it was really kind of by accident. We started off, and actually, I met Cory through my daughter through Toastmasters. And then I was mentoring Cory and helping Cory with some business. And then one thing led to another. We're having a meeting, and he pulls out some kind of a graph and a flow chart, and I'm looking at this. And in about 5 minutes, I said, "Well, let's start a company." And he said, "Well, don't you want to think about it?" I said, "Well, 5 minutes is plenty of time to make a decision." And so that was about, almost 5 years ago, 4.5 years, and the rest is history. But we started off, we really, really struggled in the beginning because we were like so clueless, like everybody else when you start out. But we just, with sheer determination, it was really quite a story when we reflect back. Wouldn't you agree, Cory?
Yeah, we were starting in 2009, and 2009 was a difficult year for a lot of entrepreneurs and all over the world. And so, they say it was a good time, whenever challenges and crises happen, it's a good time to start a company. But, it was, we started with zero database, zero clients. We had to go out there and hustle. And so we went out there and did a lot of networking. That was the only way that we knew to build fast business. And so we started doing that. We went to one event a day, and sometimes two, and sometimes even 3 events per day. And so we're meeting a lot of people here, but we had a challenge because, you get all these business cards, and what would you do with these business cards? I mean, nobody had a formula for it. Most of the people just, took this stack of cards, put them on their desk, and said, "I'm going to get to that sometime, someplace," and they never do. And so that was our challenge. So what we did is we decided, well, let's follow up with them. So we started sending just quick little emails to follow up with them, and that was good. And we're like, how can we make this even better? How can we get better results, more response? How can we use it to drive more meetings? And so we started sending videos to them, and just quick little videos. Ones we started off with a little flip camera. That's all we had. It was a little flip camera that I got for my for a birthday present, and so we used that, and we'd make quick little videos out and about in the car, and we'd send them to people, right? And so at first we did personal messages to everybody that we met, and this was like super time consuming. It only took us about one time of doing that to decide, that's a little too much energy. So so we went back to the drawing board, and we actually crafted kind of a script, you would say, that we could have a video, and we made it one time, and we would send it to literally everybody we met, and it worked fabulously. And here's the best part about it: we had killer results. And so people that got the video, they responded back, and more importantly, they also knew who we were. Because part of the challenge in going to events is that you meet lots of people, but you can't remember who they are. And so what we want to do is actually help them remember us and who we are, and build a relationship with us. So that way, when we went to the next event, they would know us. They would come up to us and they'd greet us, warmly. And so we started doing that, and then we were like, how can we make this even better? Because we got huge open rates. And what we started doing is actually sending a series of campaigns. So we'd send one video in the beginning, and then we'd follow up with a series of videos to build a relationship. And we built a software that would actually automate all of this, because when we were trying to do this and figure this out, there's nothing out there that could do this for us, right? We were using, there's software called Aweber out there. It's a known autoresponder. And we use their software to kind of program these automated campaigns following up with people. But Aweber didn't like that, because what we were doing is opting people into our little campaign. And Aweber actually, they didn't like that at all. They shut down our campaign. They kicked us out of their software.
Yeah, oh my goodness.
It was pretty nuts. And so we're like, all right, well, what do we do now? And so, because we knew
the party was over.
Yeah, so but we knew it worked, and so we had to figure out, okay, how do we make this? And so we actually built out a software where we could meet somebody, send them a video, and then send them an entire series of videos, and it would do it automatically, so we didn't have to worry about it. We just knew that sooner or later, they'd get 5, 10, 20 videos from us, and then they end up scheduling themselves with a meeting with us, or calling us, which wanted. So so it was total grassroots, figure it out as you go, make a ton of mistakes, I can't tell you how many mistakes we made because we were making all these different types of videos and which one converts the best. Do you shoot the video in your office?
Right.
Do you shoot it while you're at the event? Do you shoot it in your car? And it turns out actually that little tip for you guys. This blew our minds. When you're doing an initial follow-up video, it's like the second time you're touching them, right? The first time when you met them, second time when you send them a video. The highest converting video for us, right? And we've tested lots of them, were actually videos that we shot in the car. Wouldn't you say, Ira?
Yeah, there's something interesting about the automobile where you have that moving background, and one of them is, hi, this is Ira. I was really excited to meet you or just chatting with you, and I couldn't wait till I got back to the office. So I need to send this video to you like now. And I got to make this really short because I'm going down the freeway, as you can see, 70 miles an hour, and I don't want to wrap my car around a guardrail. So I got to hang up. I got to go real fast, but I'll follow up. I got to go goodbye. So last year, we sent that to hundreds of people, and most people thought that we made that video just for them.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we talked to them, and it's like every day when we talk to people, say, I've been getting your videos, and we've never met, but I just feel like I know you guys. And so we call it the Oprah effect, where if Oprah were to walk in the room, we'd all feel like we knew her on a very, very personal level. And so that's the power of video. I mean, right now, every minute, there's almost 100 hours of video being uploaded just on YouTube. So there's this global video phenomenon that's happening at this very moment, and it's spinning so fast, nobody can even wrap their brain around how quickly this is moving, and it's all going mobile, as we all know. And so these videos are mobile encoded. It used to take us about an hour. It took Cory about an hour to mobile encode a video, and that was really fast back then. And the average entrepreneur take them 3 to 5 hours if they could even figure it out. There were 24 steps. Now, with a couple clicks, it's done. It just immediately. Then we figured out how to do a text message video where your open rate is 97 out of 100 people will look at that within 3 minutes. So you have immediate engagement. So through all these different trial and error situations, we figured out how to really optimize this. And now we have an enterprise solution. It's a Silicon Valley grade software. We have hundreds of crazy fun stories on how we've taken video and got ourselves on big stages with a week left before the event, where normally speakers are booked out, say 6 months or a year in advance. And so recently we got on 2 stages by sending them a video a week before the event, and they laughed at us at first, saying, no, well, next year we could talk about it. And a week later we're on stage.
That's I love it. There's a lot of things you said there. I mean, one, just the idea of people understanding where video has come and how simple it really is now today to be able to take advantage of it. Because what you were just talking about, I had no idea how long it would take to code a video back in the day. I mean, that wasn't even that long ago. So that's really impressive. And then what you've been able to do with just video, like I love in the car with the interaction. So talk a little bit more about that last point though, where you're saying how do you get into the speaking with, like, what type of videos are you using? Because I think that's ingenious. Because most people, they have to wait until like the next year for the event.
Yeah. I mean, what we did was we had a little conversation with them on the phone, and we said, we're going to follow up. And so the video just simply went something like this. Hi, this is Cory. This is Ira. Your audience needs to know what we know, and we need to be on your stage because we've done lots of live events, and everybody, let's get real, is talking about the same old stuff that's just sort of repackaged a little bit differently, and there's no original content. You tell me what's hotter than video right now. If you're not discussing video at your event, you're really letting your audience down. And I know you guys want the best for the people that come there that fly in from all over the world. So we need to be on your stage. You will not be disappointed. We will crush it, and we will make you look like a rock star. Talk to you soon.
I love it. Oh, you guys are the pros. That's why they're pros.
Well, here's what really did it for them, because it's the personal nature, and we sent a personal video to them, and we actually threw a little bit of editing power into it, so it was actually a really nice looking one. But I mean, there's tons of times where I'll just take my quick and we'll just shoot a quick little video on the cell phone and just send it off to them. Yeah. And even that has so much power to it. But it was the personal nature of like just sending them a message specifically just for them, right? Where we took the time to do it. And I think if people just took a couple minutes and just did that, they could open up so many doors. I mean, you know, going back a couple years, there was this event called JV Alert. And, you know, I had just heard about it, but I knew we wanted to go there. And we like to go to events. We don't just like to go to events. I mean, we like to be a part of the event, right. You know, and that helps us in huge ways and also helps the event holder. Mm-hmm. And so sent a quick little message. His name was Ken MacArthur. He was running this event. Never heard of me. I had just heard about Ken MacArthur and his JV Alert. So I created a little quick video. This was, you know, I did this one on my flip camera, sent it off to Ken. And then he responded back to the email, and you know he gave me his phone number, and so we just got on the phone, and so we at this initial introduction, I was telling him about what we did and all that stuff, some of the cool stuff we've done, and so he didn't have any slots open, and so he's like, but I got an expert panel. Okay, and I'll put you on the expert panel. And so anyway, he ended up letting us come for free, and you know he let us speak for a little bit, and then we were on the expert panel, and then the very next JV Alert, and he has 4 of them every single year. We were actually speaking for about an hour and a half on his stage, right? Yep. And it took me probably about a couple minutes to make this personal video, and just a couple minutes to send it out to him using our software, and boom, next thing we know, we have huge opportunities that are falling from the sky. And I'll tell you what, because of us speaking at that event, so many other doors opened up for us as a result of that. There's this one gal we met there that her name's Gina Gaudio Graves, and you know Gina, and that's how we got connected to Gina, was because we were there at that event, because we were speaking, and so it all just came together. And so now we've been masterminding with Gina twice a week for about, you know, well over, you know, a year and a half now. And so all these kind of things happen when you take the time to create personal videos. And I'll tell you what, just say, you know, you've got a huge prospect you're trying to land. Maybe this deal is worth, you know, 5 figures. Maybe it's just a super big deal. Maybe it's worth 50,000 or more. I mean, you know, for big deals, I think a lot of times people just send proposals, or they do this and that, send a quick email. But imagine if you bundled up with that a personal video reaching out to that person, and both saying hi and also walking them through the proposal, or telling them kind of what your thoughts are, right?
Yeah, personalizing it.
Personalizing it, right? And this is going to do a couple things. Number one, what if the person that asked for the proposal is not the decision maker? Right? And so the person that's actually making the decision is looking at all these proposals and they're going through them, and you know they kind of all, if they all kind of run the same, right? After a while, it's just text on a page. Yep. But if you're the only one that's bundled up with it, a video that you sent to them, you're going to stand out. You're going to be the first one they remember, and in order to close that deal, they have to have trust. They have to have that relationship with you. Yep. And so if you take the time to make a quick little video like that, both for prospects or people you're trying to connect with, it makes a huge difference, and it could really add lots more deals, transactions, and lots more money to your bottom line just by following that one simple formula.
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. And it really does stand out. I mean, especially if you're in that proposal world, the RFP world or anything, to get that personal connection, because people only buy from people they like and trust, and no one's doing it. I think it's brilliant. So I love, it was funny, I was just watching a TEDx talk. It was actually Marcus Sheridan, and I don't know if you know who he is, but he took his company, he owned a pool business, and he just answered FAQs in blogging and video format, and nobody was doing that. And I think that's a bigger piece of the puzzle to help get people comfortable with camera too. So I'd love for you to talk on how do you get the new business owner started with what type of video should they be focusing on?
Great question. And I mean, the point that you just made about the owner of the pool company, where you just did a bunch of FAQs, if you are searching for the right kind of content on video and you don't really quite know what to put out there, then start there. Start with frequently asked questions. Take a video, one question, and answer one frequently asked question that's in there. And all of a sudden you've got, you know, a ton of videos. Maybe you take the top 10, you put them together, and now you've got 30 to 60 second videos, and it's all, you know, maybe it took you a couple hours to do, right? You've already got the content. Most of the business owners already know exactly what they need to talk about. Yeah. And so it's to do that. So that's one place to start when it comes to videos. And so that's really helped us. That's helped a lot of our customers. And you don't have to do this alone. I mean, there's tons of people that can help you create awesome quality videos. You can do them yourself. It really depends on kind of what you're working with, what's your budget for that. But for the most part, I mean, there's lots of different videos you can do. And what we can talk about here is kind of the 4 videos that really have worked very well for us and our company, that have made us the most amount of money. And they're very simple to do. And I'll kind of walk you through that. The first one, like we talked about initially, was a nice chatting with you video, right? You go to an event, networking, trade show, you talk to somebody on the phone, you got a prospect there, you've talked to them. Do a quick little 30-second nice chatting with you video. It's very simple. We do ours in our car. We've done this. The last one we did was about 1.5 years ago. We haven't redone it since then, and maybe we'll never redo it. It really, it's very timeless in the way we did it, and it just feels good. And it's not very pitchy. It's kind of a relationship building one. It's less than 30 seconds, and it just says, hi, it was nice chatting with you, offers, just a little banter, and then offers them some free stuff, right? We've got a free ebook that we give them, a free webinar, offer a free strategy session. And so we're just giving value, right? First touch point with a video, giving value. So that's one thing that you can do. Second video that's worked really well for us is basically just an explainer video. It's a 60-second commercial. Other people have called it your signature video, your sizzle video. It's a video like you would have on your main website, right? Explaining exactly what you do. And that's really important, because a lot of times the biggest thing that separates people from doing business with you or not is that they don't know what you do. Right. I mean, they're looking at your stuff, they're trying to digest it, they don't really get a feel for it. In the end, they click away and they go do something else.
Exactly.
Right? And so that's kind of another video that's really important. And people might ask, well, how do I produce this one? This is the one video that I really recommend that you really have done by professionals, right? Because you want it to look good. You want it to, wouldn't you say, Ira, you want it more representative of a higher level?
Yeah, here's the deal. 92% of people go to a website one time and never return. And nowadays, people will do a search for that company they're considering doing business with. So you have one chance to make a first impression. A little company that has a well-done signature video will grab market share from some bigger company that's been around much longer, that just has text and photos on their website. Mm-hmm. So it really, and fear is the biggest thing that prevents people from making that next decision. Fear and of course lack of clarity and a little bit of confusion, because a confused mind will never buy anything. Mm-hmm. A 1-minute well-done signature video sometimes is more effective than someone trying to explain what they do in 15 or 20 minutes. So it's really, there's so many different reasons why people need that. Also, less than 5% of businesses right now have a well-done professional video on their website. So it's shocking when you start looking. And so over the next 24 months, there's going to be a massive surge of companies going to get a signature video on their website, because they're all having this aha moment at about the same time. So it's there's a tsunami of video taking place at this moment.
Yeah. And so that's the second video we recommend. So there's the nice chatting with you one, right? The initial introduction after you meet somebody. There's the 60-second commercial video, right? You can put that into a campaign you send to people after you meet them that runs automatically. Put it on your website. You can put it on Facebook. Any social media property out there. And it's great to send to people before you have a meeting with them. Okay, so those are the top 2 videos. There's 2 other videos that you should really have. One's an irresistible offer video, okay? And this is really important because this brings people closer to doing business with you, right? And so you might ask, what's an irresistible offer? Well, an irresistible offer is typically something that you provide for free, right? It's kind of a giveaway. Or it's something for a discount that you would provide to somebody to get them to say, yes, I want your stuff. So let me go through a couple of examples, because we've got quite a few that we actually use, and I'm sure you do too, Kris, is, we've got, a free webinar that people can get. Like if you go to mojovideomarketing.com, you can get a free webinar. We've also got a free book that we've just put out. And so we actually give that to people away electronically. So we've got a number of free giveaways that we give a complimentary strategy session, right? And there's a little application process. So those are some of irresistible offers that you can do. But so if you're listening to this, what can you do as an irresistible offer? You know, can you do a free consultation, a free audit, a free analysis, a free video series, a free webinar, you know, a free ebook? You can do even a first-time buyer discount, right? If you're that kind of business, you know, where you give somebody, you know, if they're buying something for the first time, they get a 10% off, or 20% or 50% or whatever it is, you know, that you want them to do. So you can give them all kinds of things to just get them to take advantage of some of your products and your product offerings. So the irresistible offer is really important because you want people to grab your stuff and get them into a funnel where they actually convert to a sale. All right. And so that's the third video. Okay. So here's the fourth video, and it's potentially the most important for your business. Okay. And I'll tell you what, this type of video has really helped us close lots of deals that we otherwise couldn't have closed without our prospects watching this video. And it's very simple. So what is it? Well, it's a social proof video. You might ask, well, what does that mean? What does social proof mean? Well, social proof is essentially other people out there talking about you and providing proof and evidence as to why people should work with you, right? You might also call this a testimonial. Right, testimonial video. You might also call it a case study. Those all three kind of run synonymously together, and it's very simply a video of your clients that are talking about the amazing things that you do for them. Okay, and what this does is it helps establish and build credibility for you in the prospect's mind, because at the very given time that you're talking to them, they're always wondering, are they going to make the right decision in going with you? Right? Are they, you know, why should they go with you? They're always kind of wondering if you're the right person. Well, having great testimonials on video really establishes that fact that you're trusted. You're a trusted source. You've got credibility. You've done this before, right? And this isn't something you're doing on the fly. I mean, you've actually have very happy customers that you can make very happy, and they want to talk to other people about you. So in essence, this is a really important one, and we always show prospects testimonials in our sales funnel. And that's really important to do. Wouldn't you say, Ira?
Yeah, if you these 4 videos that we're referring to, these are simple, they're easy. People just need to not overthink everything. Take imperfect action now is the key thing. Perfectionism is what really messes us all up, and we want to wait till it's perfect. Well, nothing's ever perfect. And so Dan Kennedy once said, sometimes good is just good enough. And just move forward, and you'll figure it out as you go. But it's impossible to have too many testimonial videos. Right. When you're having lunch with somebody and it's a client and they're thanking you for all the things you've done for them, and it's that first time you've met them after they've had that experience, the time to capture that when they're at their highest emotional fever pitch is right then and there. Pull out your phone, shoot it. Most phones are high def, and just capture it. You want to keep it a minute, 2 minutes at the max, and have them be real specific, not just you're a wonderful person, they love working with you, but what was it specifically that really helped them take their business to the next level? So that's real important on testimonials.
Absolutely. That's brilliant. I love that, though. And I love, Ira, that you talked about keeping it simple, because we can all overcomplicate stuff to the max. But if you just get out there, I mean, I started with video, just a simple, teeny 30-second video, and that's how I built my list with what Cory was talking about with an ebook, and that's how I started. And it wasn't perfect, by absolutely not perfect at all, but it works. And to get moving forward, and I love those 4 videos because everybody can do that and get their business where they can start moving forward with that. I like to call it the epic transparency, because like you said, people only buy from people they like and trust, and it really creates that relationship. So I'd love for you guys to talk about how you've been able to take, I mean, you've worked with some major players in all different industries, and I'd love for you to talk about how you've been able to help them build a 7-figure business on autopilot. What are some of the key components to being able to do that?
Are you going to start there?
Yeah, what we do initially is when we work with the client is we do what's called the strategy session, and then we have them fill out an in-depth questionnaire. So we want to know as much about their business as we know about ours. And then from there we find the pain points, we find the area you're lacking. Most businesses do not have sales funnels, and there's no automation. The follow-up is always the big weak area for almost everybody. We meet enough people, but we just don't have anything in place for follow-up. 80 to 90% of all sales happen from the 5th to the 12th touch point. So that's kind of the basics right there, because you really need to fix that. That's critical. Then beyond that, what's their message to market? What's their big wow factor? And then help them figure out, their need. If they want to have a continuity program or recurring revenue, they need to have different entry, like a gateway product, something that's inexpensive, something that is just building that relationship. Secondly, then a second tier product, and then it goes up, and then we help them figure all those different levels out.
Yeah, and I'll break it down pretty simply, because there's usually two things that are really important for any business out there that they're lacking, right? And Ira talked about one piece of that, which is the follow-up, right? Little did we know that follow-up actually gets you business, right?
Right.
And,
what a concept.
Yeah. And the stat is 90% of all transactions are done on the 4th to the 12th contact.
Wow.
Okay. And this isn't something that we generate. This is well known. It's widely available. You go to Google, look up follow-up statistics. And so what we do is we create automated funnels using video that help people attract and basically convert all those leads that they're getting and turn them into sales. And it's all based around relationships. It's all based around rapport building, and also just the amount of contacts it takes to really get a sale. Because a lot of times people, especially nowadays, they're skeptical, right? And so you've got to really build that. You've got to cross and connect that bridge from the skepticism to trust. And so that's what video and a good solid sales funnel that's all automated can really, really do. So it can help you really convert people that you're meeting. If you're going to networking events, trade shows, if you're getting leads inbound on your website, then that's perfect. So follow-up is a key piece of this, and so we help customers fix their follow-up. Okay, so that's one thing. We've got many tools to do it. We've got a video email, video text message software like we talked about earlier that helps you do that, where we help you preload an entire campaign. So that's one thing. The other thing is really important, extremely important. This is the lifeblood of every business out there. If you don't have this, you're really just you're just surviving. You're not really thriving. Okay, and so the second thing that's really important that we help fix is leads, right? Because every business out there needs leads in order to be profitable. Whether they're converting them into shopping cart buyers, or whether they're having one-on-one sessions with them and converting them to maybe higher ticket buyers or long-term clients, you still need leads. And so how do you really get that? And so we've been searching for years and years to find out the perfect ways for us to generate leads. And we've done all kinds of things, right? We've done SEO. We've dropped tons of money on SEO, and that worked for a while, and then we got hit with this the Panda update, right? This SEO company we trusted to help attract this client. And little did we know they were using methods that Google didn't like, and so it automatically just cut our traffic down severely. And we had to sever ties with them, and actually because their entire client list just evaporated, just suddenly overnight. So we spent money on SEO. We spent money on blogging. I mean, we've done a ton of stuff on blogging, and blogging can work fairly well, but it's very time intensive, right? And so other things that we've done, we've published books, right? We published 3 books last year, and so use that as kind of a lead gen mechanism. But we've done Facebook. We've driven a lot of traffic to Facebook. We've got about 10,000 likes on Facebook and a lot of followers there. We built we built up a lot of different things that we have tried, from trade shows and networking and all of this sorts of things. And so we actually found some really kick butt ways to generate consistent traffic and consistent leads. And like I said, we're in the laboratory every day trying to figure out the best ways to do this. And so,
love it.
yeah. And when we figure out the best ways, we teach our clients how to do that. One of them being is we've as of late been using LinkedIn to generate a lot of leads to our business. And it's interesting because LinkedIn for us has been kind of a gold mine, and most people don't really know how to use it. They don't know what to do in there. They're just kind of clueless.
Yep.
But we knew there's a lot of untapped potential in there because the average salary on LinkedIn is, it's over $100,000. So we're like, there's some high quality leads in here. How do we get in there and do that? So we spent a lot of money trying to figure out LinkedIn, and finally we did. And so we have methods that we actually teach people on how to actually get leads in LinkedIn and how to bring them out, actually how to help close deals out of these leads. And we won't get too in depth in here because that's there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. We've even created some specialized tools that help do it automatically. But yeah, so that's some of the things that we do. We cover two big areas with our clients: fix your follow-up, and then where's your leads coming from, and we help you identify the best way to generate the most highly targeted, highly qualified leads that you can actually do business with.
I love it. That's brilliant, because that's exactly, it's getting the leads, the good leads, the leads that we really want for our business, and then having the follow-up to actually close the deals and not give up in the middle and have that bridge the gap there. So that's brilliant. I love that. And all this will be in the show notes, all the videos and all the more information on Cory and Ira as well. But I want you guys to dive into quickly here on what do you see the future trends with video and where do you see that going?
Well, that's an interesting question. Video is an intricate part of the internet, and the internet is not going away anytime soon, as we all know. So as we move forward, video on a mobile phone is becoming more prevalent. In the next couple of years, almost 100% of all communication on mobile phones is it's going to be video more than ever. So it's becoming more of an intricate part of our lives. People cannot get enough of video. It's just all it's going to do is just expand and grow. Yep. And like we talked about websites, as far as video on websites, there'll be a day, I would say within the next 3 years, every website will have a signature video, because what worked 3 years ago does not work now. And we have a new economy. People have to hit the reset button. They have to rethink everything. They have to recalibrate their marketing. And video is that one thing that is consistent, that's powerful, and that really works. And so people now are starting to really realize they're just getting tired of having things that don't work and using them over and over again. So what we're doing now is we're really on a mission to help people understand the power of video and how to tell your story in an interesting, compelling way. Wouldn't you agree, Cory?
Yeah, and so exactly, and here's a big thing that's really shifting the way video is consumed on the internet. And everything is going mobile, right? If you think about all the stats, all the trends that's happening right now, and everybody's consuming all of their stuff on their mobile phone. Yeah. It wasn't too long ago that you could only get your email on your computer, right? Nowadays, everybody checks their email on their phone. And everybody now gets on Facebook on their phone, right? Nowadays, people can install Skype on their phone and they can communicate with practically anybody across the world using that, or things like FaceTime that the iPhone has. So it's pretty great what's happening. And so this is a major trend as far as video goes, because they're saying that up to 72%, of all the things that's going to be going on as far as traffic on the internet on mobile phones is going to be dedicated to video here in the upcoming next 3, 4, 5 years. Wow. And so that's a lot of bandwidth. That's a lot of people getting on, watching videos, engaging with videos, creating video content. And so this is where everything is going, is video on the mobile phone, being able to watch it, being able to make it, being able to create it, being able to edit it, all of that stuff. And so that's what we see as the big trend that's happening right now as far as video and where it's headed.
That's awesome. Getting even easier to get out there and to create those connections. Yep. I love it. So the last question here for you guys is the 5-minute makeover. It's the $1 million question. If you guys had to start over today from scratch without knowing anybody, none of your contacts, and not having the resources you have today, what would you do and how would you rebuild your empire?
Good question.
Well, we would know. Obviously, we would, assuming we know what we know now, right. The first thing we would do is build our database, number one, build some great relationships, and we learned as we moved forward how to go to the top and go to those top people, and joint venture partnerships are the quickest way to explode your company. So really focusing on those two things right away, using video. Say, Cory, I know you might have some other thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple things there, but one of the things Ira said is leverage, right? Because we're in the age of collaboration, okay, and not competition, and so the way we've always done things is that we have absolutely leveraged everything, because we've always found the right joint venture partners to work with, right? We've always teamed up with the right people to speak at events, or to have them promote us, or to have them send us clients. And so everything you want to be doing involves teaming up with the right people and leveraging what they know. Because I'll tell you what, guys, trying to do it alone is really difficult. And it takes a lot longer to get your company off the ground, to grow those profit lines if you're not leveraging connections of other people, the knowledge of other people, the experience, the know-how. And so, that's where we start all the time, is whenever going into a new industry, or we've got a new product, or we're doing new things. Our main thing is who can we make a relationship with that can help us do that so much faster.
Yep.
Okay. And so, as you're going about this, I want you to think, who are the people that have done what I want to accomplish? Who have already done it? And who can I team up with in order to make that happen? And it's very worthwhile to spend some time nurturing those relationships, building those relationships, because the amount of time, energy, money it'll save you will make it all very much worthwhile. And so that's where we would start. And this is what we do. And because we've reinvented our company so many different ways, and every single time we've always used the leverage piece to find the right people that can help us grow that particular thing that we're working on.
Yeah, I love it. The solopreneur ages are long gone. It's all about, I like to call it co-opetition, working together and how we can leverage, because everybody has different expertise, but leveraging what other people already know, don't reinvent the wheel. It makes it so much easier. So I just love that. You guys, this has been phenomenal. You've shared so much information. Where can everybody go find out more about you guys?
Yeah, thank you. So there's, we'll give you a link, mojovideomarketing.com. Okay. And we'll actually create a little special link just for Kris, that she can send some of her people that can give them some additional bonuses that you can't get just by going to our website. So I'm sure she'll let you know about that as far as the show notes and everything, and we'll get that over to you. And we'll give you guys some really cool some bonuses that we're happy to share with you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are phenomenal. Always over-delivering. So this was phenomenal. And everybody, we look forward to seeing you guys soon.
Okay, you got it.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Kris. Bye-bye.
Bye. And I hope you enjoyed that episode. I'd love to get your feedback here for the Lifestylepreneur podcast right in iTunes. Simply leave us a 5-star and a review letting us know what you like, who you're interested in hearing more from, and what topics you really want help with in your business, that I can bring on those key experts to really fine tune and help you in your business and creating the lifestyle of your dreams. And I'll be giving shout outs, so make sure you put your name and your website address if you want me to share that with the community as well. And again, thanks for listening. I'm so excited that you found the Lifestylepreneur podcast, and I can't wait to connect with you and learn more about your business as we continue to grow this community. So again, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Lifestylepreneur podcast. Again, I'm Kris Gilbertson, and I'm committed to bringing you top training from leading lifestylepreneurs all over the world to help you break through and turn your dreams into your ideal lifestyle. And make sure to join us at www.lifestyleacademy.com to receive VIP training from specific guests I interview on the show, so that you can really easily start to implement what you've learned from listening. I know we're all busy, and sometimes we don't have time to listen to the entire podcast or take notes, because I'm always listening on the go. So I like to call it the Lifestyle Cliff Notes to creating your ideal business and make it really simple for you. So those will be sent via the email list. Plus, I also want to connect with you personally, and being on the Lifestyle Academy mailing list is where all the magic happens. We'll host VIP trainings once a month that we can't always bring out on the podcast with even more detailed information. And I also want to connect with you personally. I want to know what's going on in your business and what you need help with, and who I can bring on to aid you in creating your ideal lifestyle. And so I'll be asking questions every once in a while that I want you to reply, and I reply back to you personally. So again, until next time, wishing you on your way to achieving all of your dreams. Talk to you soon.